thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. We're here to sign House Bill 1586, which really provides and points the way forward for us on the Aloha Stadium. As all of you know, Aloha Stadium has served as a critical and vital gathering place for our residents and visitors for many years now, more than 40 years, enjoying athletic events, concerts. I have spent my number of days in the facility as a student and now as governor, and certainly in recent times from hosting Bruno Mars to sold out performances, the Eagles, Guns N' Roses, along with the much anticipated debut of professional football preseason game at the stadium. And it has become clear that we need to take action to really move forward on this important facility. This bill points the way forward. We know that we need to find creative and innovative ways to finance this facility, that we don't have the support of a professional team, which would provide different kinds of opportunities for us. We know that the University of Hawaii is an important part of the future of that facility. I think most importantly, we know that it needs to be something different, that funding it purely with state funds is not feasible. A public-private partnership, a combination of various funding streams is fundamentally important for us to be successful. This measure provides and encourages the Stadium Authority to work closely with the Hawaii Community Development Authority. It creates a special community development district in and around the stadium. We do believe and appreciate the expertise of the HCDA in redeveloping Kaka'ako, and believe that they can provide needed support as we move forward. I think most importantly, it does provide the combination of funding sources that we think need to be balanced as we move forward. General obligation bonds, revenue bonds, and some cash will allow us to move forward in a very smart way. With that, I would like to thank the legislators, the advocates, the Stadium Authority for your dedication and commitment to finding this way forward. Senator Wakai, would you like to say a few words on behalf of the Senate?
I mean, the people of Hawaii have been waiting for a kickoff for so long, and today is that day. I mean, we're giving the people of Hawaii something to really cheer about. Soon to be gone is a stadium situated in a 100-acre parking lot. Soon, with signing of this measure, we're going to just see a redo of the entire area. That it's going to be a mixed-use stadium surrounded by, a mixed-use facility stadium surrounded by just all kinds of dynamic opportunities, whether it's a hotel, retail, restaurants, theaters, museums, you name it. That's going to be part of the reconfiguration and redo of that entire property. It's taken us a long time to get here. I've been working with Scott Chan for well over 10 years. Today is the final point of getting the money to move forward, but before we got to this day, it was about getting the federal deed restriction lifted. That was key for us to reinvent the area, and it's been taking a long time to get there. And I have Representative Joe Hansen, who's been my legislative partner in trying to get to us to this point where we are today. And we look at Hawaii, we're land rich and cash poor. Here's an opportunity for us to continue to be land rich and also to monetize our lands and make it more than just a home for a few football games, graduations, and a swap meet. It could be and should be so much more than that in the future. And it makes so much sense. You look at the fact that we have the #1 visitor attraction on Oahu right next door. And what do those 1.8 million people do after they see the Arizona Memorial? They get on the bus and then they leave. this is an opportunity for us to give them a reason to stick around, to dine, to be entertained, to go shopping, to do so much more. I think this is a huge, it's the most exciting day in the 44-year history of Aloha Stadium. So Governor, thank you for seeing the wisdom of signing this bill. And truly, I mean, we're scoring a touchdown today for the people of Hawaii.
Thanks. Representative Johansson?
I think Senator Okai stole all my sports idioms, so so mine won't be as creative. But I think why I wanted to particularly thank you, Governor, on behalf of the House, and to thank House leadership as well as Senate leadership and the House Finance and Senate Ways and Means Chair is today is definitely a momentous day. Not only because this is kind of a revolutionary way to do government funding of projects, to fund it more effectively and efficiently, and to do public infrastructure better. Not only because this is going to engender huge economic growth, I think, not just for the region, for the state as well, but also, and most importantly, I think, to Senator and I, and to the governor, because he represented these areas. Public infrastructure and hosting it comes at a cost, often to the local communities who do it. And many of the communities from Moanalua to Aiea have willingly and gladly borne the cost of public infrastructure, from prisons to freeways to airports to harbors, and done so for many years without complaint. But often the cost of what we see there is communities that are sometimes arbitrarily separated, problems that exist in residential areas that normally you just wouldn't have on your neighborhood lane. A prime example of that, which the governor knows well because he represented these schools when he was in the Senate. There are kids from Halava housing who have to walk across the entire expanse of the stadium parking lot and freeway on-ramps and off-ramps to get to Aiea Elementary. And that's not a journey most kids have to make to get to their elementary school. But when you're in the middle of public infrastructure, sometimes you do. And what's so incredible about this bill and about you allowing it to become law with your signature is the most momentous thing that we're doing is we are actually building community. There's going to be a renaissance and a revitalization of many of the areas that have borne our public infrastructure, the likes of which we haven't seen in decades. And so on behalf of all of the people of our areas, we thank you and the Senate and the House just for your incredible support in engendering that renaissance.
On behalf of the Stadium Authority, Ross, did you want to say something?
This marks an important step in the creation of a new Aloha Stadium Entertainment District. And we wouldn't be here today without the collective efforts of the community, the governor, the administration, and the legislators. In particular, I'd like to recognize Governor Ige for all of his leadership in this effort. Senator Wakai and Representative Johansson in their vision and their tireless effort to push this forward. Senator Dela Cruz and Representative Luke for funding such an important project. For the Hawaii Community Development Authority, whose partnership is very important to us moving this forward. The Department of Accounting and General Services, whose technical expertise and guidance is invaluable to us moving forward. Board members and stakeholders, past and current, who've lent tireless amount of effort to get us to the point we are today. And finally, the stadium staff and its management, who has done a tremendous service to the community thus far in hosting and bringing together world-class concerts and events for the community. So there's a lot of work ahead of us, but I think together we can build something, a world-class sports and entertainment and community gathering place that Hawaii can be proud of. So thank you.
Thank you. Please, you can step here. Scott. So House Bill 1586, House Draft 1, Senate Draft 2, Conference Draft 1, a bill for an act relating to the structure of government. is now law in Hawaii as Act 268.